Chapter 8. Running Fire. The ruins didn't stay silent for long. They had pulled the prisoners deep into the tunnel, barricaded the mouth, wrapped wounds in ration cloth, and tried to catch their breath. But silence in war is a brittle thing. It cracked within the hour. Ace heard it first, the faint tick-tick-tick of metal claws against stone echoing down from the barricade. Scouts. He froze, finger on his trigger, breath locked in his throat. Then came the thump of something heavier. The barricade shuddered. Dust sifted from the ceiling. Stone rose. "They've found us!" Mack glanced at the prisoners, a crooked smile playing at his lips. Can't imagine why. "We only blew up half their fuel supply and ran off with their workforce." The barricade cracked again, louder. This time Ace saw the stone shift, heard the screech of alien metal against the makeshift supports. The survivors whimpered, huddled closer. Stone snapped commands. "Mack, rear guard. Ace, on me. Prisoners move center. We go deeper. Now." The squad surged into motion. Mack swept up the wounded, half carrying a boy whose leg was bound in bloody cloth. Ace shouldered another, heart hammering. The prisoners shuffled, terrified, but moved. The barricade gave with a grinding roar, a slab tumbling aside. A search beam slashed into the tunnel, harsh green-white, painting them in light. "Run!" Stone barked. The chase began. They tore through the ruins, the prisoners stumbling in their wake, the alien beams carving chunks out of the walls. Ace's breath burned in his throat as he fired blind shots over his shoulder. He saw the first wave, troopers in their segmented armor, moving like a single machine, rifles raised and spitting fire. A prisoner cried out and collapsed, hit in the back. Mack swore, but Stone barked, "Leave him." The words cut. Ace felt them like a knife. But he kept moving, dragging his charge forward. The tunnel forked. Stone took the left, deeper into the ruins. "Move! Move!" The path narrowed, half choked with rubble. Stone slapped a charge onto a support beam and shoved Ace through. "Keep them moving." Ace ran, prisoners stumbling at his side. Behind him, the charge went off, a roar that collapsed the passage. Stone emerged from the smoke, helmet visor scorched but alive. "They'll dig through," he growled. "Keep going." The ruins opened into a vast chamber, half lit by alien flood lamps still rigged to scaffolds. Machinery groaned as it clawed at the walls, cables dangling like vines. The chamber was a maze of catwalks and half-collapsed platforms. "Perfect place for a last stand," Mack muttered, adjusting his rifle. "Shame we're just passing through." Stone didn't slow. He led them onto the nearest catwalk, boots ringing against the rusting metal. The prisoners shuffled after, wide-eyed. Then the aliens poured into the chamber. They came from both tunnels, lines of troopers, armor gleaming in the floodlight haze. Shots cracked, beams slashed the dark. The squad ducked, fired back. Sparks rained down as shots chewed through the catwalk. "Down!" Stone roared, dragging a prisoner flat as fire cut overhead. Ace's pulse thundered in his ears. He leaned out, squeezed off shots. 2 troopers dropped, armor smoking. Mack's rifle chattered, wild but precise, every burst knocking another enemy sideways. "They're pushing both flanks," Mack called. "Then we thin them out," Stone snapped. He slapped another charge onto the railing, timed it, then hurled it down. It detonated in the center of the chamber, a thunderclap of fire and shrapnel. Aliens scattered, some falling screaming from the platforms. The prisoners cried out, terror and hope tangled in their voices. "Move!" Stone barked again. They bolted across the catwalk, smoke swirling, the chamber ringing with echoes. The aliens pressed harder. Troopers surged onto the catwalk behind them, rifles snapping green fire. An enforcer lumbered in their wake, its plated bulk shrugging off shrapnel. Mack snarled, slamming a fresh mag into his rifle. "Bloody tanks with legs! You'd think they'd share that armor with the rank and file." "Focus," Stone growled. Ace fired until his weapon clicked empty. Heart racing, he fumbled a new mag, hands slick with sweat. He ducked a shot that scorched the rail by his head, the heat singeing his cheek. They reached the far side of the chamber, only to find another wave blocking the exit. "Back foot!" Stone barked. "Circle right!" They swung onto another catwalk, skirting the chamber's rim. Shots peppered the metal, sparks dancing under their boots. A prisoner stumbled, clutching his side. Ace grabbed him, dragging him up. "Keep going. Don't stop." The man's eyes were wide, terrified, but he moved. The enforcer's steps thundered closer, the catwalk shuddering under its weight. "Stone!" Ace shouted. "I see it!" Stone yanked a heavy charge from his pack, bigger than the others. He slapped it onto a support strut and shoved Ace forward. "Run!" Ace obeyed, hauling the prisoner. Mack covered them with wild bursts, laughing between curses. The charge blew. The catwalk behind them collapsed in a roar of steel and smoke, taking the enforcer and half a dozen troopers with it. Their screams echoed as they fell into the pit. Ace looked back, chest heaving, and saw only dust. Relief washed through him, brief, fleeting. "Don't stop!" Stone snapped, shoving him onward. They reached a narrow passage sloping deeper into the ruins. The squad herded the prisoners through, shots ricocheting off the stone as the surviving aliens fired after them. The passage twisted, walls narrowing until they burst into another cavern. This one untouched by scaffolds, darker, colder. The alien floodlights hadn't reached here. The prisoners collapsed in exhaustion, coughing, sobbing. Mack dropped beside them, chest heaving, grin feral. Now that's what I call cardio. Ace staggered, knees shaking. His rifle hung empty in his hands. He felt hollow, spent. He looked at the prisoners, alive, bruised, terrified, and counted, fewer than before. Too few. Stone stood, silent, scanning the cavern. His visor glowed faintly in the dark. Ace swallowed hard. We lost some. Stone didn't look at him. We saved some. Mack chuckled darkly. Always the optimist. Stone turned then, his face hidden but his voice sharp. They're alive because of us. That's enough. Ace bit his tongue. The words tasted bitter, but he couldn't argue. Then he felt it again. The hum. Deep in the cavern, past the shadows, something pulsed. Faint, steady, like a heartbeat in stone. The shard in Stone's pouch answered, its glow leaking through the fabric. Ace shivered. The whispers crawled into his skull, louder now. Come closer.
That is the end for this one. Make sure you come back for more, and like and subscribe. See you soon.